Plaintiffs Carolyn Melanson and her husband William rented a house to the defendant and her family, and they always thought she was a good Christian woman. William claims the defendant's son and his friends accidentally set the house on fire and caused severe damage to the property, so they're suing for an insurance deductible. Defendant Karen Gordon and her son Michael admit that the day after Michael's prom, he and his friends were hanging out at his house when the fire started. Michael claims he ran outside when he saw the flames, despite the fact that he was wearing nothing but a bright green thong. Karen's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. The Gordon family has been tenants of mine for since 2005, and I have to say we really like them. They're a very good family. They're Christians and two lovely children, and it's been a delight to have them for tenants. However, on
Are you all Christian?
excuse me? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
You know, some folks interpret parts of the Bible, or one particular part of the Bible, suggesting that it is a sin to sue because you're supposed to forgive. You don't believe that part, do you? I'm not here to test your faith. I just thought I'd bring that out. Never had any problem with them up until whatever happened this time?
No. It was my understanding that these two kids were homeschooled, their son and daughter, and I guess the son wanted to experience public high school life. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, I think that maybe there was overwhelming things that he experienced that warranted the situation to arise.
All right, let me hear some background from you all. He's paid you a compliment. You all want to tell me anything about the two of them and or about yourselves?
No, we had a very pleasant experience renting from him as well, and never had any problems also. Okay,
let's start with you all on the purpose of the lawsuit. Tell me what happened.
There was a fire on April 27th, 2008. Mm-hmm. I got a call from Karen saying that my house was on fire. I have a copy of the lease. Uh-huh. And it states that if for any reason the tenant was negligent, that their deposit would not be refunded.
You want to show me some of the damages here? You may not want to show me this, sir. This looks fine. I can't give you a dime. Case dismissed. Huh? What's the damage on this? This is fine.
That's the front door going into the house. That's the kitchen.
Wow.
You can see where the stove is. And, Your Honor, that stove was absolutely serviceable. There was nothing wrong with that stove. And I went over there, and the fire department was just cleaning up. They had just finished knocking the fire out, and everybody was standing out in the middle of the street.
What did cause it?
You know, I don't know what happened.
Let's ask them.
When they were down there.
What happened?
The night before was prom, and so we were all kind of just having a good night from the night before, and we got back, and I've been wearing this, kind of rather promiscuous,
green thong, Your Honor.
Yeah.
You were walking around with a green thong?
Not at first. Not at first. At first, I had a sheet covered up. My friends had kind of, they came down to my room, and they were talking to me, and they didn't really check to see what I was wearing underneath the covers that I was wearing. And one of my friends decided to go upstairs and put something on the stove. And I was like, okay, well, I use the stove all the time, so I.
Think about these green thongs. Because my mind is kind of stuck there. Then I can move forward. What do you usually wear green thongs?
No, my friend and I decided to dress up for prom the night before and kind of just go wild. We're dancing fools.
That was the night before.
Yeah.
This the next night.
Oh, I didn't take a shower that night. I just kind of went to bed. I was too tired. I was too tired from the night before.
Where were you?
I was actually at the gym that morning with my daughter. We were at the YMCA, and so
you never got a chance to see the Jolly Green?
I never saw the green thong until after the fire, yeah, and when everybody else in Wichita saw it.
So you actually tell me about the fire. And then, all right,
We had like a like the pot that we keep oil in, we reuse oil for, French fries or whatever. And so we turned that on, and I started to smell something, but I went into the room, and, I started talking to them, and then it had to have been 3 or 4 minutes later that I look over and I see smoke pouring down the stairwell. And, I mean, we didn't hear fire alarms or anything. All I saw was the smoke, and so I dropped the towel, and my friends were shocked to see that I was wearing the
Then you went outside.
After we ran up the stairs, I mean, I ran to the stairs and I saw this, 10-foot high wall of flames, and
Was there anyone injured?
No, there was no one injured.
Okay, good.
No.
Yeah.
Did you pick up a lot more action as a result of those thongs?
I was just upset because nobody complimented my physique when I got outside in the thong.
What's your defense, sir?
We lost, everything that was upstairs. I mean, we had a piano up there, a really nice piano, and
Well, I understand you suffered a loss, but they suffered a loss as well.
Yeah.
So they didn't have anything to do with the fire. They must prove that someone in the household in which you allowed to come in was negligent, and it sounds like by your own admission someone was negligent. They left the pot on.
yeah.
That's negligence.
Well, the smoke alarm didn't work, Your Honor, and so we never heard a smoke alarm. And the oven was green and like from the 70s, and so we had had other issues with the oven. So we thought originally, when it happened, we thought originally that the oven had just faulty wiring or something, until the fire department told us that it was that someone had started cooking. And so basically, we didn't know other than that. And so we did pay our security deposit. He originally told my ex-husband, who was then my husband, that he would refund the deposit to us.
Your Honor?
And so,
Okay, but deposits are used to cover damages to property
Correct.
that tenants allow or cause.
Correct.
And in this case, certainly you wouldn't get that deposit back because the damage was caused as a result of his friend's negligence. However, sir, did you deduct the deposit from this claim that you're making? Has the deposit been deducted from any of the monies you've received or they
Absolutely
owe?
not, Your Honor. No.
And that was how much?
$750.
$750?
$750.
All right, and that should be deducted from the monies that you are suing them for. You're definitely entitled to all of your lawsuit, but they're entitled to have the $750 they gave you for the purposes of covering damages. That's what a security deposit is for, to cover damages when they leave. Well, certainly there's a lot of damage they caused, so you get to keep it, but you have to deduct it from the cost of the damages. What's the $1,000 emotional distress for?
we've paid for counseling for my daughter. I didn't bring records, I'm sorry. But we've already been paying for counseling for my daughter, and she's still in counseling right
Because
now.
of the fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and not to mention we had a dog die and divorce and everything since then. So, I mean, we've had a lot happen this
Sorry
past
to hear
couple years.
that. Yeah, unfortunately, they're not responsible for
Right.
anything. Quite frankly, they did nothing wrong. $3,175 minus $750, $2,425, and once again, I have to dismiss your claim for emotional distress. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, Judge Mathis, I'm Mike. If another child injures my child, can I sue his parents?
Usually, Mike, it depends on whether the injury was a result of an intentional act or an accident. Most states automatically hold parents responsible for the acts of their children, particularly if they are intentional. It's called parental liability. In my court, however, I only hold parents liable for the acts as a result of the negligent supervision of the parents, because I believe if a parent does their best and they supervise them properly and something happens, you've done your best and you shouldn't hold the parents liable. On the other hand, some states once again will hold those parents liable. Good luck to you and keep those kids under your control.